Well, it's a beautiful day for a cooking show, a beautiful day for your skills to grow. Hey, you'll do just fine. We'll saute with wine. It's a real estate agent in the kitchen, a master chef, I might mention. Hey, it's time to dine. Ooh, it's gonna taste divine. Oh, I've always wanted to share with you that from my kitchen I might teach us something new. So let's give it a try. You won't believe your eyes. Let's make the most of this day together. In the kitchen, I say. Cooking with me. Hey, let's cook together. Voila, clean service ready to show you how to make some really quick guacamole. So you're going to have some tomato, onion. If you like it spicy, I'd have a jalapeno. You want to chop those up nice and small. And at least an avocado. When you go to pick out an avocado, if your thumb will kind of put a little imprint in it, it'll smush just slightly, not real soft. It's a perfect avocado. If it's really hard, you're going to have a really hard time smushing it up when you get this thing cut. So a lot of people cut their avocados a long way. I've just always cut them right down the center. Twist that bottom off, and you got the seed. The seed to get out, hit it with your knife, twist it, comes right out. Pop that baby right in the trash, you're done. Take a spoon, scoop that spoon right in the side, twist it around, just push it against the skin of that avocado. That avocado skin's pretty tough. It's not going to tear through. Got a little spot there where I cut it. Put that in there. Do the same for the top side. The only thing you got to watch out for the top side is that little seed at the very top. Not really a seed, but it's just the stem. Sometimes that stem right there will come off inside on your spoon as you're putting it in the bowl. So we've got that avocado cleaned out real quick. Clean my fingers off, and I'm going to take my smasher. Some people like to use a fork. I prefer this smasher because it works nice and quick. And you're just going to smush that up in your bowl. If you're the type that likes a really kind of a chunky, you get to some of those trendy restaurants and they've got the little chunky, what they call guacamole. You get a little bit firmer avocado, and then you're going to have to take it and cut it long ways, and you can slice it up and make it into little bitty squares. Add that with the other stuff. So that is our smushed up avocado. We're going to grab a couple of things. Oil and salt. I'm going to go ahead and salt this. You can salt this to taste. Some people put pepper, some people put garlic powder. I'm pretty simple with what we make. Salt, and you will need some oil. Of course, I use olive oil on everything. Put a little oil in there. Stir that up. I like to get this just a little bit stirred up before I add the other things. And sometimes if you got just a small avocado, it'll look like not a lot here. But I promise you, once you get the onions and the tomatoes in there, it's going to look a lot fuller. So just to make that good and creamy, got a little chunk or two in there. I'm going to set this right over here to the side. I'm going to take one of my tomatoes. Now on a tomato, for me, I like a serrated edged knife for cutting a tomato. And I'll take this tomato and I'll cut off I'm going to cut him long ways, even right down the middle. Get a little spot on the side. I'm going to cut that middle stem out on these two bigger pieces. Kick that off to the side. And then we're just going to dice this baby up nice and small to go in this. So there we go. Diced up that onion really quick. We're going to do the same thing to the onion. You can use a serrated or you can use a flat edge, I guess that's what you call it. You can tell I'm a true chef. Get all the outside off of that. I love an onion myself. I'll use the serrated edge as well on this. And I'll kind of do this about the same way as I did that tomato. I'm going to cut it up into some slices here. And I'm going to go ahead and just dice up this whole onion. And there we go. Chopped up, diced up onion. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to take one of these big spoons again and I'm going to get me probably a couple of good full spoons of tomato to go into this guacamole. And a good couple of spoons of these onions. Now I've got extra here because I'm going to use those on my enchiladas when I get those out. So we're just going to mix this up. And that is all there is to making some wonderful homemade guacamole. Now, a lot of people like to put lemon, cilantro, lime. I've got the limes here, but that's for my limeade that I'm having in honor of Mexican food. And this is ready to go. Now, it will turn brown if you let it sit out, so one of the quick ways to figure that out, I take a little sandwich bag. I set it right on the top and I'll just push it down right up to the edges all the way around, get all the air out of there. And if you get all the air out of there, you don't have to worry about it turning brown. It is good to go. So I'm going to take the lid off of my guacamole. I'm going to stir it up one more time. Take a plop of that right there. And then just a quick taste of this guacamole. Drop the mic. Dinner is served.